Social benefits, allowances and benefits for immigrants in Canada. The child benefit has been introduced since January 1993. It is paid to low and middle-income families with children under the age of 18. The amount of the benefit depends on the total annual income of the family. Funds for the payment of child benefit in Canada are formed at two levels, federal and provincial. This includes a monthly federal allowance for each child from a low-income family, as well as additional provincial benefits and payments. At the same time, to simplify the bureaucratic process, all payments and programs are coordinated by the Tax Service of Canada, Canadian Revenue Agency. Types of child benefits in Canada. Child benefit, Canada Child Benefit, CCB. This state benefit is paid to parents of children under the age of 18. The amount of payments depends on the family income. The maximum amount is 6,639 CAD per year for a child under 6 years old and 5,602 Canadian dollars per year for a child from 6 to 17 years old. The amount of the benefit depends on the number of children in the family and decreases if the net income of the family exceeds 31,120 CAD. The calculation also takes into account factors such as the region of residence, the amount of rent, spending on utilities and more. The federal allowance is also supplemented by the allowance of the province or territory where you live. Temporary foreign workers who come to Canada with children are entitled to child benefits. Child disability benefit. Disability allowance for a child is a monthly payment paid to families who care for a child under the age of 18 with a serious and long-term impairment of physical or mental functions. You can claim 2,832 CAD per year if your child is under the age of 18 and is eligible for disability tax relief. To receive a child's disability allowance, you must be eligible for Canada Child Benefit in Canada. Your child should be eligible for a disability tax benefit. This right is granted to children who belong to at least one of the following categories. Blind. Noticeably limited to participate in at least one of the main types of daily activities. Significantly restricted to participate in two or more or the main types of daily activities, may include visual impairment, those in need of life-sustaining therapy, talking, hearing, walking, bowel or bladder functions, feeding, dressing, mental functions necessary for everyday life. In addition, the child's disability must meet all of the following criteria. Be prolonged, which means that the impairment of physical or mental functions has continued or is expected to continue for at least 12 months. Be from birth or almost the whole life of the child, at least 90% of life. If you are already receiving Canada Child Benefit for your child who is eligible for disability tax relief, you do not need to apply for disability benefits. You will receive it automatically. How much do they pay for children in Canada now? The amount of children's aid directly depends on the net annual income of the family, the number of children and their age. If you have just arrived in Canada, then in order to receive benefits, you need to submit documents where you indicate your annual income for the previous year in the country from where you came. In 2020, a family with a net income of up to 30,000 CAD receives up to 6,765 CAD per year for each child under the age of 6 and up to 5,708 CAD per year for one child aged 6 to 17. A family with an income of 30,000 CAD, having two children under the age of 6, receives an allowance in the amount of 13,530 CAD per year. The more a family earns, the smaller the amount of benefits they receive. On average, a family with an annual income of 90,000 CAD, having two children under the age of 6, receives an allowance in the amount of 7,322 CAD per year. Benefits in Canada are provided in the form of a tax-free amount. Proponents of such an income-linked benefit model say that payments help the most vulnerable families and children. Critics of this model claim that the income-based scale reduces the incentive to work, since families earning more money receive less per child than those whose income is lower. You can find out online how much children's money you are owed. How to do it. 1. Go to the government website and accept the terms. 2. Next, specify for which year you will show income, 2018 or 2019 year. 3. Indicate your status in Canada, in which province you live and your marital status. 4. At the next stage, write down how many children you have, their names and ages. 5. Next, you need to specify the annual income of the family. 6. Eventually, you will be shown the approximate amount that you will receive. The calculations are pretty accurate.